This is my Jon Boat, and that's my cat. Come here. You want to be on TV? People love you. Ooh, look who I got. Oh, big boy. Here you go. I know that you guys love Captain Elliot over here, but you know what you guys also love? My Jon Boat. My Jon Boat restoration video got 400,000 views. My $200 eBay motor I put on the Jon Boat, that got 700,000 views. And then the $300 eBay motor video that I did on the Jon Boat got 1 million views. That's over 2 million views. 4 million eyeballs that have watched my Jon Boat. But it's time we get a little more serious. It's time we put a real engine on this sucker, which we got to get working. We're gonna install trolling motor. We're gonna prepare this beast for some serious fishing. We got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. My brand new G2 250 high output Evinrude took a total crap on me, and nobody wants to do warranty work on it anymore. So I am in the current process of trying to repower that, which brings me to my Jon Boat, which ironically enough, I got an Evinrude on this guy that also doesn't work. Why do I do these things to myself? But we're gonna get her up and going. My good friend Adrian gave me this trolling motor here. It's an older Minn Kota. I've never turned it on. I have no idea if it works. So the first thing we're gonna do is test if it works. Also, I need to mount it to my Jon Boat, and I can't just drill it right into my deck because if you can tell, there's not enough space here. It's hitting the lip of my boat. So this needs to be lifted up about 1.5 inches. So it sits like that. I can buy a mounting kit for like 80 bucks. I went to a couple stores, but they didn't have this one in stock because this is a much older model. And instead of ordering a kit, I'm just gonna keep it real simple. I'm gonna cut out my own bracket. So I'm gonna cut out 2 pieces. I'm gonna glue them together so they'll be about 1.5 inches. I'll paint them white, make them look pretty, and then that will go under here and that'll mount on top of it. And then the trolling motor should be able to clear this lip right here. I'm gonna run to the store real quick, buy some wires, and hook this sucker up to a battery. Fingers crossed it runs. This is my Evinrude. I believe I bought it from a subscriber or he gave it to me. I don't remember. It's been sitting in my shed now for over a year, maybe even 2 years. I've had this thing forever, but I believe it's like, what did I say, like a 76 or an 86? It's an older engine, 2-stroke, 8 horsepower. While I'm at the store, I'm gonna see if they sell some new spark plugs, because throwing some new spark plugs in there is always a good start. They don't look great, but they don't look terrible. Let's get this girl running, and then let's go have some fun on her. By the way, her name is YEEHAW, baby, and hopefully we're gonna be screaming YEEHAW going 100 miles an hour at the end of this video. Oh, please let that be how this video turns out. Well, I just drove all around town. I went to my local hardware store. I went to West Marine, and they don't have this spark plug. But there is a store like an hour from here that does. The joys of living in the Florida Keys. I'll put this one back, and we will work on the engine another day. And today, we'll just try to get the trolling motor to work. Before I build the mounting bracket for the motor, hey buddy, I want to see if this thing even turns on. This is what connects to the battery. I'm going to cut these old wires off, splice on a brand new wire, put battery terminals on there, hook it up to the battery, and fingers crossed, that freaking thing works. This is what it looks like before. I don't know how many years, if not decades old that is, but let's make it look pretty. Bam, and there we go. Brand new wires. I don't like the fact that these are metal, because if they touch, might short them out. I don't have any electrical tape, so temporarily, just for this test, I'm just gonna put this tape between them. And I'll also put just some tape, and also put a pair of gloves in there, just like that. Just for now. I'm so excited. Let's see if this works. All right. Got our battery. I'll just put the battery here. I put a black piece of tape for the negative. And normally I would bolt them down, but just for this test, I'll just put them on there. Ooh, there was a spark. This cable that runs here goes to this piece, and then that should plug right into there, which is now plugged into the battery. I have never done this before. Let's see what happens. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Oh, what's going on here? What is this? Oh. Okay, so forward, neutral, reverse. I am so happy right now. This is a 55-pound thrust, 12-volt Riptide Minn Kota. Hooked it straight to the battery, and it's working like a charm. So I'll be able to just control it from the front of the boat. Pretty stoked. All right, now I can build the mounting platform, and then our trolling motor will be good to go, and then we just gotta get that engine running and we'll be ready to do some fishing. Boom, boom, chicka ding ding ding. There we go. 2 pieces that I'm gonna glue together like this to build a platform. Let's see if it's big enough. Alright, so this is gonna be mounted like that. And if you see here, perfect clearance. That is exactly what we wanted to see. I wonder if 1 would be enough. Let's see if we can get away with just 1. You know what? There's just enough clearance, but I'm worried if I drop it, it'll really smack this lip at some point. I gotta think about this. After chugging a Red Bull, I'm gonna make the executive decision just to use 1 piece of wood. Less work. With my luck, it'll end up not fitting. Boom! Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this down a bit, and then I'm gonna paint it. Check it out. All right, it's super smooth now. I rounded the edges a bit in the corners, so it's not like a super straight 90-degree angle cut. I find that when I smooth out the corners, it's less likely to splinter or crack. I don't know why. It looks pretty good. Now I'm going to paint it white. I got this Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Paint and Primer white. It says it bonds the wood. And then also a clear coat. So I'll probably do a couple coats of the white, couple coats of the clear coat, and that should make sure that this piece of wood stays nice and fresh for at least a few years, I hope. Where should I paint? Is it gonna rain today? In Florida, you never know when it's gonna rain, so I should probably do this over here. Shake, 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 Eureka. Oh, there goes the top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, I never said I was a professional. Looks good. I ended up putting on 4 coats last night of the white. Now I'm gonna put on a couple of clear coats. While that dries, I went and got myself a couple of new spark plugs. Ooh. Shiny. Hook them back up. Choke. Feels like it's primed pretty good. Come on, buddy. It's not even trying to start. Some kind of fuel delivery issue. Brand new spark plug, so maybe they're not getting a spark. I was just holding the spark plug when I pulled the ignition and when I pulled the starter and I got freaking whacked. I got shocked. So the spark plugs are definitely sparking. I think I found the issue, which is a good issue because it's, I don't think, a bad issue. The fuel coming through the fuel hose going into the motor goes down there and into this fuel pump. There should be fuel coming out of that. When I squeeze this ball, there should be fuel coming out of that, and there's not, which means the fuel is somehow not going through this connector right here. Well, boys, I figured it out. The problem actually was this little thing. There is something stuck in here. I got it out. Now if I pump fuel, you'll see it come out of there. Watch it come out. Ooh, see it? Fuel is now coming out. See, I thought there was a clog in the tube, but the clog was inside of this little thing. So I took all these things apart for no reason, but at least we figured it out. We got the gunk in there. Man, this thing probably hasn't ran in a long time. We'll see if that's the only problem, but now I got black hands. I'm gonna put the tubes back on and then we'll give it another crank. I got all the fuel lines reattached to it, and this is gonna be the moment of truth. I'm extremely excited right now. Oh, it actually feels like there's fuel pumping through it now. This feels better already. She's nice and primed. She's in neutral. She'll probably need a couple of pulls to get some fuel going through her. I'm gonna prime it again. All right, that ball is hard. Let's see if I give it a little bit of gas while I pull, maybe that'll help pull the fuel through it. I don't know. Whew. Oh, it almost started. I'm gonna prime it some more. Woo, baby, we got it. The motor was running for like 5 minutes and then it started smoking. Started smoking right here. It's really hot, and I realized it wasn't pissing. It should be pissing water out here, so it wasn't sucking water through the engine to keep it cooled, so it was overheating, which is okay because hopefully it's just a new impeller. There's an impeller pump here which sucks water through this, cools the engine, and pisses it out right there. So hopefully easy fix. Got to get that part, got to hook up the trolling motor, and then it's game time, and we'll probably get stranded out there. That's why we're gonna bring an oar, just in case. Day 3. I just went to the store. I got a new impeller pump, but look how big this impeller pump is. I told the guy I got a 1988 8 horsepower Evinrude. He put it in his computer and he told me this is the impeller pump I need. I was like, this looks really big. I don't think this is right. Just by looking at it, there ain't no way. I'll pull the lower unit off and we'll check, but I'm telling you, this ain't gonna fit in there. But you know what I did get? Stuff to mount the trolling motor. So my buddy told me to get this tap, which will thread the aluminum, put threads into the aluminum, and then these bolts will thread into the aluminum and should hold it. Never done that before, but check it out. This is the mount. We're gonna put it right here like this. Then the trolling motor, I took the motor off just to make it easier to work with, and just like that. I really hope this works. I got it where I want it to be. That looks good. You can see we got a little bit of clearance, so this should work. Should work, keyword. First, I'm going to drill a hole through the wood until I hit the aluminum. And once I hit the aluminum, I'm gonna use this tap, number 20 tap, to thread the aluminum. And then hopefully this bolt will go straight through it. Oops, oh, there goes my bolt. Oh no! But that bolt should go through that and tap into the aluminum and hopefully hold it down like a rock. I marked where I need to drill the holes. I'm gonna remove this for now. Oh my God, it went through. We went through the aluminum. Let's see if this will catch. Oh, moment of truth. If this catches, we're in the money. Oh, it caught. Wow, I just threaded my first thread, bro. Check it out. I can thread it. It screws in, doesn't come out. Beautiful. I'm gonna drill the rest of the holes, mount it, then I'll probably put a couple more in the middle just for extra. If you look at the mount, there are a couple holes in the middle, which I'll do, but I want to get the first 4 in so it's already sturdy, and then yeah, I'll get to drilling and then let's see if it holds. All right, check it out. They all screw in nice and tight. Oh, finally something is going in my favor. Good thing I put the lines on here so I know exactly where to lay it. Moment of truth, baby. Screw these bad boys in. check it out. I got the bolts in. I got all the bolts in. And this thing is solid. I put the engine back on it. It is solid. You guys want to see some real magic? This is the first time I've ever had a trolling motor on a boat. And I already have so many ideas what I'm going to do with it. You pull this rope, which disengages the trolling motor. Normally, the motor doesn't move. It's stuck on there. But if I pull this, it'll come right up. Easy peasy. You can just hold it. Boom, bada bang, bada boom, bada bang, and it's we good to go. Check it out. Holy cannolis, that is looking good. And then to bring it back up, it's so easy. You can do this with one hand. Just whoop. Close that and just drop it back down. All right, now that this motor is good to go, time to get that motor good to go. Let's take this impeller pump off. First, we gotta take the prop off. Come on out of there, buddy. Wow, that's a hard pin to take out. Try a different tool this time. There we go. Just need a little bit of man grease. I think that cotter pin needs to come out of there. Kind of rusty. Look how rusty this little thing is. This pin that holds the prop onto the shaft doesn't want to come out. Looks like I'm going to need a bigger hammer. Really, don't want to budge, huh? This thing needs to loosen up. Here's some corrosion blocker. Also help loosen it up a bit. Let that soak for a second. I almost got it all the way through. I've only been pounding on it for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna keep pounding on her. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hello, hello. Come out of there. I'm gonna buy a new one of these pins while I'm at the store. Put a fresh, clean one in there. Take the prop off now. I'll finish pulling that out in a little bit. Put a new one in there. We're gonna get this cleaned up in there. Put some fresh grease on there. We'll definitely be putting some fresh grease on that. Damn. Now we take these two bolts off and this one bolt off, and then the lower unit will come out and we'll see the impeller pump. One bolt. Two bolts. There's one bolt left up here. This whole unit should come out now. Oh my god, that is corroded in there. Oh no. The little impeller is right inside this thing right here. There is no way that one impeller pump that guy sold me is going to fit in there. Look how small that is. At least all the screws are coming off fairly easy. That's a bonus. I'm really excited to see what this impeller pump looks like, because it's got to be beat up in there. That's why it wasn't pushing water through the engine. Got to be a bad impeller pump. Moment of truth. Last bolt. And how does the impeller pump look? Uh-oh. There's rust here, so I can't actually pull this unit up. I might need to sandpaper this off. Man, that is really bad. I need to like legitimately file that off. It's working. Slowly but surely. We filed it and we sandpapered it. Pretty smooth now compared to before. It should slide up. Yes! Come on, get over it! Yes! We did it! Okay. There we go. Look how messed up that thing is. So I'll go to the store now and try to get a new one. The first impeller pump that I bought was this one that I was like, it just looks way too big. Yep, look how big this impeller pump is compared to that impeller pump. Just got back from the shop and got myself a new impeller kit. All the old stuff is in there. And this is the new one. And I got new gaskets, a new little holder for it. So we'll just pull the old one out, put the new one in. It's just a matter of take out the old and put in the new. You can see, look how gunky and dirty, and this gasket is broken. So we'll take that off, we'll put the new one on. We're gonna clean the shaft up. I'll sandpaper it a little bit, then we'll put some nice grease on there. Get the whole thing greased up. I also got a brand new shiny pin. This is the old one that's kind of rusty and jammed in there. I'll clean all this up, put a brand new pin in there. Hopefully that does the trick. Another thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna open the vent screw, take this screw out, and all the gear lube is gonna pour out. I'm interested to see how dirty that gear lube is. And then we got some fresh gear lube we're gonna put in there. She's gonna be running real pretty here in a second. I'm not sure what all this stuff is. Looks like sand. It's like mud or sand or, oh man, these things are bad condition. So we'll just rip all this old crap off and then it's time to put on the new. Wow, like look at that gunk I'm just pulling out of there. I don't even know what it is. There's the old broken one. Looks like it probably overheated. Pretty dirty in there. That dirty. But we got our brand new shiny one. Gonna clean that out, put it together. We're almost there. We're gonna put our gaskets back on right there first. Oh, hey buddy, hold on. Trying to use gasket sealer here, pal. Put a little bit of gasket sealer on there. I'll be honest, I've never used gasket sealer before. I don't even know if it's necessary. There's the brand new impeller looking real sleek. Got this little insert. Slide it on. And this insert needs to match up in there. Impeller pumps on there and it's looking pretty good. Put my bolts in. These are my new bolts and they're black. They came with the impeller pump kit. I mean, I could probably reuse the old ones, but if I have the new ones, might as well use them, right? Ta-da! She's looking good. She's looking clean and sexy. I lubed up the shafts. Gave it that extra love and attention that it really needed. Come on, baby. Go in, baby. Come on. Don't be difficult on me now. Come on. I think this shaft needs to be turned a bit. If I turn the flywheel a bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just had to turn the flywheel to spin the shaft until it all linked up and then it slid closed. There we go. Time to put the prop on. First I cleaned off the shaft. Put a little bit of grease on there, some marine grease. This is what I'm putting on it. Got her lubed up. We'll take the prop, take it on. And we gotta we took the old rusty one out. Now we got a brand new shiny pin that we're gonna stick in here. Oh, there we go. Yes. And it is in. Put the cap on. And then we'll put our pin through the cap. Bend the ends of that pin. We're making some really good progress. The prop is on. Looks good. The impeller is replaced. Should work. So we'll put the engine down. And first things first, we are going to change the gear lube. You know, everything looked pretty bad. Might as well take the old gear lube out and put in some fresh one. The way you do this is your vent. This is where all the gear lube is. And then that's your drain plug. So you pull the drain out first. Well, that thing's in there tight. Oh, shoot, man, these things are like stuck. They are not. I can't get the vent one to open either. I cannot for the life of me get these two screws out to get the old gear lube out, put the new gear lube in. I tried heating it with a torch to loosen them up. That didn't work. It's always something, right? This is day 5. Please let today be the day that the Jon Boat is done. I got this impact driver set. I also got this big screwdriver, big old screwdriver, flathead. I got the top one to loosen up. That's already a big win for me. Now I gotta get the bottom one to loosen up. We're close. We're getting there. This is it. The final finale. The season ending. The beginning to the end. I got it. Okay, tilt the motor down. I forgot to record, but I just pulled the drain plug out of the bottom. That's coming out. Then the second drain plug I pulled out of the vent. So now air can come in through the top and push all the oil down, or all the gear lube. We'll let that drain, and then we'll fill her on back up with new stuff. And I think that's it. Then we're gonna fire her up, and hopefully that's all she wrote, and then we'll be ready to put her in the water. It's pretty much drained. It actually doesn't look that bad. It's pretty dark, but there's no like milkiness. I don't think there's any water in there, which means there's no leaks in here, so that's a good sign. Now we got our gear lube with this attachment that it came with, which will screw into here, and then we'll pump it until it fills. Okay, start pumping. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Now I'm told that this can take a while, so I'll just keep on pumping. Oh, coming out. There, so now we know it's full. We'll close that off. There we go. And then I will pull this bottom one out, and as quickly as possible try to close it so not too much drains out, but it shouldn't drain out too much since the vent hole is closed. Yeah. Alright. Voila! There we go! Looking real pretty. I got a tiny bit of marine grease that I'm gonna just dabble on each screw, just hopefully to prevent any corrosion, so it's not as hard to take off next time. Just a little bit of grease on there. Let's put her back in the water. Fire on up. We got it in water. I also did a little upgrade. I bought this gold filter from Napa that I put right in here, so that way I can see when I pump fuel into the engine, it should come through here. Yeah, there it goes. And fuel's in here, gets pumped through the ball, through the fuel filter, and then right into the engine. This way I just have a good understanding of what the fuel looks like. If the ball ever breaks apart and some plastic comes off the ball, it'll get caught in here. Just a little extra safety, as they say. Now we're gonna pull it, try to start it, and all fingers crossed, water pees out of here. That's the goal. The impeller pump should suck the water up, cool the engine with that water, and pee it out here. Pull the choke out. All right, is she peeing? It's dripping. All right, it was peeing a little bit, so that's a good sign, but it wasn't peeing a lot. So I wonder if in this hose there's maybe see, the water should be coming out of here just fine. I took the hose off and it's pissing just fine, so I know that the problem is in this hose somewhere, but it's pissing good, so it's a good sign, boys. Good sign, good sign. Yeah, look at her pissing. Damn, she's a smoker. I took the hose off and I made sure there wasn't any gunk in it. I cleaned it out and put it back on, and now it's pissing real good. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. The engine works. It's a miracle. I don't know how we've got this far without blowing ourselves up, but we did it. Now there's only one thing missing. A brand new deep cycle marine battery for the trolling motor, which I just happen to have one right here. I just picked it up. Oh, it's a big boy. It's a big boy. Yup. So that battery I'll just put in there, hook the motor up to it, and we're gonna drop her on in. Check it out. We got the boat rigged up. Engine works, trolling motor works. We got Captain Elliot on board, about to drop her in the water. We did some fine work in this video, guys. Now let's go take her fishing.
Oh, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm on. I got a fish.